Hello guys, Susanna here. I am back for part 3 for this awesome hexie bag. Remember this? Still got the lining done on the inside. So I'm just currently working on my little panels. So I've got bits and pieces here, and here is this finished panel. Isn't that gorgeous? Thought I'd just finish it. These bits hanging out the edge. This has been stitched along here, and these are all French knots. I really quite like that one, and I didn't see Corinne's video until after I'd done all this, and I think it's a good idea doing pockets on the outside. So this one's not going to be a pocket one. I just really quite like it, and I want to sort of stitch it. Don't know whether I'm going to applique. I might, because applique is good. But what I will do is I've got this butterfly, not butterfly, I don't know if you can see it. I've just done a little ladybug, that's what they're called. So I thought I just drew it on there, got the basis for it, grabbed some of my little French fabric there. I thought perfect, and I'm just going to stitch it down, but I might stitch that down because it's a really strong flexi, you know, like it's hard to stitch through, so I might stitch it down very quickly while it hasn't got stuff underneath. So, and then I'm going to come back over those white little dots. I'll put black, but I was going to colour it in, but I thought, oh look, I might as well just stick with a I think it's got a knot in it. I just started and it's already got a knot in it. There we go. Okay, I might zoom it in a little bit far away. So I thought I'll stitch that down first, and then I'm going to come back and applique the leaves on. Just wanted a bit of the iron-on stuff. It's sort of like sticky stuff because this is a little bit fray, this fabric. So see, it's already fraying and I barely stitched it. Okay, and then what I'll do is I'll do little black dots where those white ones are. Give me a bit of an idea of where to stitch. Just a very quick, it's stuck down with some of my, a little bit of glue. Better go back. Doesn't seem to be sticking down very well. There we go. Sometimes getting the smallest little pieces on can be a little bit difficult. Okay. So how are we all going? Did you get inspired by these video? Like there's pros and cons for doing it this way. I think my way is a little quicker to do the inside. But it is nice to do it by hand too. I like the way that Corinne's doing it as well. Yeah, but we're both stitching the outside by hand, so this is where my slow stitching comes in. It's nice to get options on a similar project, and not everyone has got a quilted pillowcase, so having another option, and that Corinne is doing it, is good. I swear she never sleeps, that girl. You know, stuff that we are always conversing, and I'm like, she's always showing me stuff, and I'm like, man, she's pretty fast at what she does. And she's doing this stitchy swap thing as well, which is really nice. And I got invited to do that, but I'm like, oh, I just can't. I've got too much to do, because you needed to have it done before the 31st of August. And I'm like, oh, I've just got too much to do between now and then. Okay, I'm going to re-glue this. Just a quick glue. There we go. So, but I think it's a great idea, and you know, it's something that, I mean, as you know, I've done plenty of swap things before, and I think they're a great idea. I do love how that's turned out. I like how everyone's different. What I'm going to do with this, I may turn this into a pocket, so I might put something on the back of that, even though it is fairly thick. Stitch, yeah, but I'll have to. I might stitch it, then put something over the back, so when you put stuff in, because I'd like a couple of pockets on the outside. It'd be nice to put the phone in. It's a real shame that it cuts off, but that's how it is sometimes. So yeah, I do love that. So I'll just keep that over there for inspiration. Now what I want to do is thinking something that's going to, yeah, there we go. Even though this is white, the colour that you see is what I'm doing here is just cutting it, making it easier for when I do applique. Just cut a few little pieces, stitch it down. There we go. Definitely in there. Okay, now it's fairly quick once you start it. So get rid of this red. Not much, I'll just put it in the bin. I'm sure it'll be fine without it. Now I've got this really small-eyed needle, so I'm going to need a bit of a point. Once this is being appliqued down, the rest will be pretty quick. Okay. Okay. Just a strong thread. Okay. Now, so I don't have to worry about pins. That's why I use the glue, because pins are great, but you know, not great when you're trying to sew. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, and I try with a bit of applique, I will go like this. And sometimes having a little bit of glue underneath does help. Not quite that much. Fold over. Okay, just a little bit. Just fold it over, and with your fingernails press it a little bit. I'll try and do this before ahead of time, because once you're in the motion of stitching, you can get done pretty quick. Okay. I think I'll stick to that for now. Stick underneath. underneath there. Add that down. And then we just grab some of that, and we're probably not going to go very far, you won't see it through it, but just enough to slip stitch it down. First stitch, and I've already got a knot because it's such a long piece. Now what is going to give it the quilted look and for the center to hold down is when we, oh here we go, here's an ant, is when we stitch that down. So that'll be done with some, maybe some stem stitch. I think that'll work really well. So now when we get to this, it's quite free. This is why I'm thinking of doing it the applique, because it's not a big lot. Tuck it down. Called needle turn applique because you use the needle to turn it down. There we go. Should hold it. I haven't done needle turn applique for a little while, probably since my what's it called, the Vase of Pretties. I am actually going to be doing needle turn applique in, I think that's the last episode of my vintage sewing. So basically what I'm doing here is what I'll be doing there. So really do like this concept of this bag. I think it's a great idea, and it is a good way of using up your pillowcases. I mean, I had that, I think I might even have another couple in my stash. They're all so pretty, and I like it that you're using everything. So, but we also do have you know, batting, wadding and stuff in our stash as well, which it's great to that Corinne's doing it that way. Okay, turn. Might do a few more stitches here because I think it's going to come undone. Ugh. See, this is what happens when you have a really long piece of thread. It tangles. Okay, there you go. Probably don't need it quite that long. Just want to stitch it so I know that it's going down. Okay, tuck it under. There we go. And you get 3 fluff. And I think turning it into gives me, like, because up here it's getting pretty close to the edge. So if it's turned, I know that the leaf is going to stay on. And this is just a random piece that I had in my stash of bits and pieces, and I thought, oh, I think that'll go nicely. I'll get the inspiration from the fabric itself. Okay, see, now we're on a roll, she says as it gathers up. There we go. And the reason why I called it a squishy bag project, because it's soft and squishy. So it's going to be like a soft bag. So if you're wondering why the name squishy, oh, these ants, I'm getting ants everywhere. Go away. Okay. Yep. Yeah, just a bit of a different name. It's hard to come up with names for new things. Every now and again you've got to come up with something a little bit different. Okay, well, you get the drift of what I'm wanting to do there, so I might pause and I'll come back once that's been sewn down. I'll be back. Hello, I am back again. So that is now down, which is good, and I thought I'd try this colour because it's a bluey colour on the inside, but I sort of wanted to bring in that green a little bit more, so go up a little bit like that. And I've already started. I just wanted to see how that would work. I'm just doing a stem stitch. Okay, just going to put that through, and then I might just do stem stitch along all of it. I think it will look good, and I might even just do like a little running stitch around the outside to hold that down, and like what I've done here, just did a little running stitch along that, so I might do the same along here and do it on the outside of that as well. Just look, well, it's catching some of it, but it doesn't matter too much if it doesn't, because you don't really see that inside. Okay. Ugh. Now I'm wondering what I might do just to have it a little bit of difference, and it's going to go a lot quicker, but it just takes up a lot of thread using a running stitch, and I want the stem in the middle to be a little bit different to the side bits. Okay, we'll go down. I might go over the edge. So what I might do is underneath, I might just do a short running stitch, and we'll start from the top and just go over, and then we can go over this way. And then just go over the edge, and we'll go underneath and then up there, so it's holding it down, but it's getting it done rather quickly and giving it a different stitch, which is what I want. So we'll have this done in no time. And I like it that it's got a bit more of a staggered look. Okay, go underneath and come out over the top. And they're only small running stitch, which add that texture again. I like that. Okay, come out. Yeah. Okay, top there, and then I'm going to go through and come out here. Let's have a look at that. That look cool. I like that. So the beauty of this project too is that you're not going to get too bored if you make every side something a little bit different. you'll enjoy the process. Okay. And we look forward to, you know, doing something a little bit different on each side. Come up with different ideas, you know, try something that you wanted to always try. Might go up and down to here. There we go. What I might do, rather than going over and across, I might go up and down. So if I go back that way and then across, maybe not. Okay. So there we go. Oh, I like it. I really like it. Look, gives it real texture, and it's nice and quick to do, which is great. It's always a bonus. Okay, go underneath. It's going to hold that down. May not get to see a lot of this side. And this is just a little bit of scrap embroidery. Yeah, I'm going to go here. Just a scrap bit of fabric that I had in my stash, and I only had the one little piece because I think I got it from somewhere that you know, just it was scrap bags, and it had sort of a bigger piece, but I just really like it. Something about it. And now that it's got a little ladybug in there, it's even cuter. I think that'll come to life once I've got the black on there. Okay. Now, I'm umming and ahhing whether I go around the outside. See how I go. I'm just going to go here. Maybe it might be worth doing a backing stitch around the outside. That way it'll hold it down really well too. See, just because something seems like an easy project, we can still incorporate a few different stitches. Okay, underneath. Really like that. Oh, when I finished this, and see, it's happened nice and quickly, which is good. I'll bring it up to the camera and show you. Okay, there. I might really embellish this part. I'll go do a little running stitch in between, and you know, make it look like it's actually a flower, which is, I'd say, what it was. There's the other piece that I had with it. Just chopped it off. Here it is. That's it. That's the other piece that's on there. So it sort of looks like it might have been a bit of a flower. So maybe we can incorporate a bit of flower in there. Make it look pretty. Okay. Now, what I might do is just pop that off, pull that under, and then just cut that, and then start again. on the top and do a stem stitch going all the way down. Okay, and I've got to show you this first before I go too gung-ho. Okay, what do you think, Pete? I like it. I love the way it sort of gives it that real quilted look and makes it look a little bit more greener, because it is a sort of a greeny blue. I like that. And I'm going to use this blue like I did. You can't really see it on there, but I know it's there and it's holding it down. So, because there's a quilted pattern already in there. So, maybe I can use some of this yellow to incorporate some of this yellow in there. I think that'll work. And have that blue. Yeah, these three colours, they work together. I'm trying and keep similar colours, and of course I'm going to do a bit of black thread there. So I'll keep stitching because I've got a little bit of time left. Okay, still having my cup of tea just over here. I have a mouthful of that. And then we'll start with stem stitch on here. I'm glad I'm not the only one who gets stem stitch and satin stitch mixed up every time, because they're both S's, but I'd say you would get the drift. A few of us out there get it wrong. Okay, looking forward to seeing how this cute little guy is going to look. I might go over, and then when I stitch the legs I'll stitch over that. So when you get busy stitching you can get pretty quiet. I hope you enjoyed looking at some of my new kits that are on my website. I went to one of my favourite vintage markets and just happened to score. I remembered they were there last time. There's these Sanderson fabrics, and that was before I left to go to my Europe trip. But they weren't cheap, and so people don't realise the value in Sanderson fabric. And because there was a few meters of it, it was cheap for it, because I know the worth of it. So I thought, nah, at the time I couldn't afford it, but because I'd made some sales on my website beforehand, I thought, well, that's business, isn't it? You make some sales and then you put your money back into the business and get some more gorgeous fabric. I mean, it's a really hard job buying nice fabric. Well, it is when you don't have the funds for it, but I mean, it's worth. I'd rather pay a little bit of money for really lovely fabric that I can make beautiful kits out of, because you don't need a lot when you're a slow stitcher. So I got 2 Sanderson fabrics, and that beautiful one with all the floral on it. That was a a vintage tablecloth. I had to unpick it all and all that kind of stuff. It was definitely vintage, because it was just the way that it was sewn and the style that it was sewn. It was, I'd say it was probably 1950s, something like that, 60s. Beautiful, beautiful fabric. Okay, I think I'll finish it off. Actually, I probably could do a little bit of the running stitch up and down. I reckon I got enough to do maybe a couple. waste not, want not. Not cheap, this stuff. These are the ones I got from the reclaimed fabric stuff from Melanie. She does have, you know, like it is so expensive, and I know that Corinne does the same. She always gets her bits and pieces because they are so dear. But sometimes the downside is people have cut them, and so you can't always roll them up on your skeins properly like I like to do. I might put that away. Yeah. 1, 2, go through there. I reckon I might be able to do 1 more. Now this is going to look nice because it is, you know, a quilted pillowcase. It's really bringing out that puffy quilted look in it, especially when you do a running stitch, which is basically the stitch that quilters use. This is like a quilting stitch. The running stitch used for a lot of things. Used for doing hand quilting and, you know, decorative stitch and hand piecing, like actual quilting, and then piecing bits together. Quite a handy little stitch. Probably the one I use the most. Okay, that and the stem stitch. Yeah, see, the only thing is, got to be really careful because it does gather. Okay, need another piece. Actually, what I'm thinking, you've seen me do that, you know what I'm going to do there. I might use some of this yellow to hold that down. Okay, better not use too much. I haven't got as much of this as I would like, and I'm probably going to use it throughout some of the other pieces. Someone's mowing their lawn, which is not a bad thing. It's being like in winter, it's, you've got to pick a fairly decent day to do the mowing of lawns, and it's been quite miserable and wet, and it's jolly cold. I mean, it is winter, but it's been freezing. I'll start it here. And I'll just do a little running stitch. I think that'll be really cute. A little, not big. Just around here, and then maybe a bit of a satin stitch. Some French knots or whatever. I might hold that down. Come back over. There we go. It's going to be stitched down anyway, but I thought I'll just hold it down. Yeah, sometimes it's good just to do a different colour of something. Same stitch, different colour. Takes away some of the boredom, if you have any. And just makes this piece, yeah, so that's the only thing when you're using, because it's like another linen as well, it does fray. It's a bit of a shocker. Beautiful fabric, but it does fray. Okay, just want to have little bits because I do want to see the colour. Oops, sorry, hope I'm not bringing it too close to me and you can't see it, do the same thing as what I did last time. Go up and over. Okay, come out here. Yeah, I like that. Gives it a bit of texture. Up. And over. Got a knot in there. There we go. Yep, I do. Great. Well, we'll try and undo it. And I'll come back up here. Just come up very high, which is a little annoying. So what I might do is cut it where the knot is. And I think that should be enough to finish off there anyway, and I'll use the rest in a minute. Okay. Maybe I can do some French knots in those little spots in this colour. I think that wouldn't look nice. Bringing in some of this lovely yellow. Okay, come up through here. And then back through. And oh, we might even have enough to go this way. Maybe. Then I can use these for some French knots. Oh, see, I love it. Look, it's really puffy. So cute. Okay, once I've done this, I may finish up, and then like with this one, when I do the next one, you'll see the finished piece. I might even do a little bit more, and you might see the finished piece in the thumbnail. So we don't always get to see them finished. Okay. Because it's an awfully long time for you to sit there and watch me, but I suppose a lot how I do it as well, like just like with other people, I will watch videos, because I mean because you're making them and you can't always watch too many channels. I will have them on in the background and listen and watch while I'm doing, like when I finish this and I turn it off, I might watch some videos, because that's my video watching time now. I might go up and in. Where are we? Might even be able to go here and just see what it looks like. I mean, I probably won't even get to see that one, but just want to see the colour. We'll hold it down a little bit too then. Yep. Anything with wool can get a little bit frayed towards the end. It's a bit harder to you know, get it through the needle. Okay, okay, finish it off. Okay, yeah, that'll do. Let's have a look. Oh, yep, that works. Tiny little knot. Have a couple of tiny little knots in there. This one will probably be bigger. Maybe just have one in there, maybe two in there. There you go. I like it. I think it's really cute. And then this is how, where are we? I'll do it in the black because I'm going to have it in black anyway. And then black on the head, and then black here. This will be black, that'll be black. Maybe do another one here, and then another small one in here. So it actually looks like a ladybug. There we go. What do you think? Isn't that cute? And there's my stitching. So a bit of a different one to the last one, but I quite like it. And yeah, doing the running stitch has really given that really quilted look. Okay guys, well thank you very much for watching, and I will come back in the next one. I might either be the butterfly one, or there is one that I was going to do with a doily, with the doily on the top or the bottom. So got a few different ideas. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.